How many times you've been in a shopping mall and someone pitched you a product and he gave you all the logical arguments, but you did not buy it. You did, I'm not feeling like it, right? Yeah. Because he didn't manage to touch your limbic brain. Limbic brain is your emotional side that's connected to your purpose. You need to understand what's the purpose of this customer, and accordingly, you pitch the product. I'll give you a quick example. Today, do you believe the iPhone is the best technically advanced device available in the market? You think?
No, I think there's a lot of Huawei's and a lot of different brands that I've never heard of that have better cameras, better, I don't know.
Even Samsung always one-ups, whatever
100%.
they're
But
offering.
I'm still using my Apple.
Yeah.
Me too.
Me too.
All three of
I have
us.
2 iPhones.
Why do you think we buy iPhone? All of us. Although we are aware of this game, but we still will buy iPhone.
Emotions.
I think it's
I guess
brand. For me, it's the fact that I have all my devices are
iOS.
Apple on the iOS platform, so it's just easy. And of course, it's a nice device and it's visually easy to use, and I become used to the platform maybe.
All what you're saying is true, but there's something a bit more strategic in this area. Apple convinced us that an iPhone is the device that symbolizes innovation and honestly status. So which can easily connect to many people's purposes, and that's why you will see many people, although they know it's not the best device, still they will buy the most.
Yeah.
And they're paying the most for it.
Exactly, and they're happy.
Yeah.
Why? Because Apple managed to touch our limbic brain, and that's why every year we press the green button and we buy.
It's the branding, positioning, and I guess that is what.
So it's connected to our purpose. So that's what you guys think about as well when you're launching projects, when you're selling something. Like, for example, in terms of, how would you connect that in terms of a project?
I'll tell you. I'll give you one of the examples, a real-life example. I'm going to skip all the names in the process. One time, one of the sales head approached me, and he told me, I have a bulk deal buyer. He wants to buy a series of villas in one of the projects that I have launched. His budget is 100 million dirhams. But this guy has a lot of questions. He's a bit hesitant. So how can you help me to close the deal? Then I told him, bring him to my office at 7 p.m. in the evening. He said, why 7 p.m.? You will see. Bring him at 7 p.m. and you will know. 6:55, I took off my jacket, rolled off my sleeve, started sketching for a new project, and they came in after like 5-7 minutes. Then he stepped inside the bulk buyer, and then the first thing I told him, welcome to the kitchen.
This is where the cooking happens.
Exactly.
He's the doctor, he's the cook, he's everything.
So psychologically, from that moment onwards, he felt that he's at a privilege by being that close to the product definition.
Development process.
So he already we ticked the first box. Before he came in, I profiled him. I asked the sales manager that was handling his account, how old is he? What are his interests? Does he like to party? Is he into sports? Is he married? Does he have kids? Why asking you all of those questions? It's a real estate deal. Just answer my questions. And they did. So I profiled him in my head. Then this guy wanted to buy the townhouses. And I asked him, you want to sell to who? He said mostly to a certain nationality. I thought, okay. People from this nationality, are they families connected or they are spread from different families? He told me, no, my customers basically are most of them are bulk buyers and they know each other. Oh, perfect. I told him, you want to flip this after a few months or keep it till construction? He said, I want to do half-half. I smelt in the process that he has this dream of having his own development. So I knew where is his soft spot, and I entered from that spot. Told him, see this strip of villas? He said, yeah. I told him, it has access from one point. He said, yeah, that's true. I told him, that's a cluster within the cluster, something that you can take and sell as part of your own brand, although it's part of the MAC clusters. I said, yeah. So the families are interconnected, right? He said, yeah. Told him, so there is no pass-through traffic, so the kids can play around together in the street in a safe environment. He said, yeah, it's amazing. Told him, but we have one little problem. He said, what's the problem? Told him the budget for the strip is 200 million dirhams, not 100. It's way higher than mine. Try to talk to your investors. Then I helped him actually on the phone, and I pitched the product to his investors. The deal was closed, and the sale was done. Why?
Wow.
Because I understood his brain, and I reached his limbic brain. That's why on the spot, he pressed the green button, and he
Wow.